So at the beginning of 2016, we had a crazy idea. We know that animals are surrendered to shelters every day from seniors who cannot afford the care of their animals. They can't feed them, they can't take them to the vet. So they feel like the only thing that they can do is surrender that animal to a shelter to give that animal a better life.
What happened was I had been out of work for a while, and one of the nurses with Humana comes, and she told us about Mazie's, and so it really made a big difference.
We have heard so many stories about how these seniors are giving half of their food to their animals, and they're not even feeding themselves to keep their animals fed. So when I heard that, I knew there was something that we had to do. We had to do something to help these people.
When you're doing a lot of healing up time at home, watching cable, laying in the bed and all that stuff, you think about a lot of things. But one of the things that really get to you are outstanding bills and, of course, health care for your cat or your animal.
We started Mazie's on Wheels in order to let these pets stay where they belong. They belong in their home with their owner that they've had their whole lives. It is terrifying to think that these animals are going to be surrendered for something that we can provide. We can provide the vet care. We can provide the food. We even provide transport, and it's all free. It's free of charge.
They provide little coats, sweaters, collars, leashes, food, dog food, cat food, and all veterinarian needs that we would have.
This program is amazing in the way that it is also, stopping the surrender before it happens. That is going to decrease the amount of animals coming into the shelter, therefore decreasing the euthanasia rate even more.
And when you're having surgery and you can't get out and work and your budget is just every penny is accounted for, you run out of money and you don't have the money for your kitty cat. And the Mazie's on Wheels was a lifesaver for me and Snookums the cat. Snookums because she got her shots, and me because I could quit worrying about my kitty.
It means the world. It means the world. He's what's keeping me going. He would say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. That's what he would say. And he would give you a big kiss, like all puppy dogs do.
We're doing it to keep families together, and we're doing it to help animals and seniors. We're helping both people and animals.
I was a person in need, and so was Snookums, and they helped us out every way possible and made it so smooth and so easy. Please take time to give. It's a worthwhile cause.
The call we received through our dispatch was regarding a dog either possibly hit by a car or injured in some way because she was limping. At that time, nobody had mentioned anything about the wound on her neck because nobody was able to approach her. So I was the officer that was actually dispatched out to pick her up, and she was a little leery and unsure if anybody was, gonna love her. And it took me a little bit to be able to get her to come to me, and I was able to put a leash on her. And once I put the leash on her, she didn't want to walk with me, and that's when I noticed that she had evidently something had been wrapped around her neck and had actually embedded into her neck sometime or another, and whoever left her there or where she got out of, it was off of her already. On the 27th of August, I was really concerned, took her to one of our veterinarians again, had an x-ray done, which they informed me that she had a diaphragmatic hernia, which where the intestines go up into her chest and she couldn't breathe. Sunday morning, I was watching her behavior, going outside. Then Dr. Schultz actually text messaged me again to see how she was doing. That's when I relayed the information that she didn't look like she was breathing well. She wouldn't really eat and drink. And then she ended up, I checked her gums, and her gums appeared to be a little tacky to me, so I relayed that to Dr. Schultz. And that's when I believe she decided to make the call that she needs to be in. They don't need to wait till Monday, so she could at least have a chance. And I'm pretty sure Dr. Schultz thought just as much as I did that if we waited till Monday, she may not be with us. And it's refreshing to know. I've been in this business for 25 years, and I've never had an experience to where there's not too many questions asked other than just the health of the animal and what's going on with the animal, for them to go to work and to give them that chance. Without the Mazie's Missions SOS program, we would have been looking around $3,000 to $5,000 just for Raven's hip alone. With the additional cost of the hernia surgery that she had to have, that was going to be another $3,000 to $5,000. And we ended up paying a flat fee of $200 to get Raven another chance at life in a home she deserves, considering the obvious abuse that she must have endured when she's been out on the street.
The SOS program is so important to me because we are literally transforming the way the rescue industry functions. Nowhere else can you go and have a shelter be able to bring in an animal, and for a flat fee of $200, they get everything done to this animal. Anything. Doesn't matter how much it costs. Do we lose money? Yes, we lose money on every animal that comes into our program. That's why we need you. We need your help. We need your donations to be able to keep this program going. We are saving a ton of lives.
I would just like to say thank you. Of course, now I'm going to cry. There's not too many vets that will meet you on Sunday to do the surgery that she needed. So, and she deserved it. Sometimes you don't get to say thank you, you know, and you keep going on. It's a busy world out there, and it's busy in this type of field, and you don't get the chance to stop and thank them. But I appreciate everything they did, and you can tell it's just not a job, just like this is not just my job, this is my life. It's what you've chosen to do because you want to make the world a better place, regardless whether it's animals or people. We all have to get along together, and that makes everything better.
I see us being in every major city in the United States. I see us completely changing the way people see shelter animals. Not just rescue animals, but shelter animals. I see us in every major city having a headquarters where we don't even need fosters anymore. We take the animals in to our building and they stay in our recovery area. I almost foresee that there may not be a need for people to go to a shelter anymore because people are so depressed going into shelter, so they avoid it. I hear that a lot, like, oh, I could never go in there, so I just don't. So they go to a breeder, or they go to their neighbor, or whatever. So I foresee that most people will be, well, you don't have to go to a shelter anymore. Don't worry about that sad stuff. Go to that Mazie's Mission in blank city, and you'll be able to visit many shelters in a happy environment. The only way that we're going to see a dream that big come to life is through generous people. People that want to see the change that we want to see. People that understand what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do is lower the euthanasia rate. Change the way people feel about shelter animals. Change the way people think about walking into a shelter. We need to change all that. We're never going to lessen the euthanasia rate if we don't change things. We need very generous people to help us get to our end game. And our end game is stop euthanasia. Just stop it.